glad to get the opportunity to speak on this motion here today. It's titled Drugs Policy Decriminalisation of the User. I suppose I've heard different speakers here today talking about people taking drugs and the amount of deaths that there has been out there, and that they feel if it was legalised as such that this wouldn't happen. It's hard to figure that one out in my own mind, because a lot of the cities, and I was down in the centre of Dublin City recently, which is a rare thing because usually we're up here by day, but I was down by night, and it was shocking to see what was going on side streets or whatever in our own capital. Shocking, absolutely shocking. I'm not a person to have much fear, but I can tell you I was looking over behind my shoulder continuously. If you legalise it, is that going to get better? I have my doubts somehow. And I do kind of drift back though to medicinal cannabis, and I do think it's an important subject to raise here in the Dáil, and the difficulties. And I think everybody knew the story of Vera Twomey. And in fairness, I worked very close with Vera Twomey to get medicinal cannabis for her daughter, as did, in fairness, our rural independent group. But I'd say one other TD that really put his neck on the line was Gino Kinney. That worked very, very hard to make sure that child got the medicinal cannabis oil that she needed. The difficulty that mother had to go to just get something legalised that would help her child was shocking, to say the least. We're talking about making the drugs more, I suppose, acceptable in law, but we were fighting that time, and that's not long ago, to make it simplified for a mother to save her child's life. And how many more people out there with multiple sclerosis, with all different ailments that need medicinal cannabis, are finding it very, very difficult to access that. That's the legal side of the medicinal cannabis. Okay, Vera won the battle for Ava, and I'd like to wish Ava a very happy birthday. She's 13 years of age, 4 days ago on the 26th of November. But that battle led to blood, sweat and tears for her mother. And for any woman to have gone through the Trojan effort she made for her daughter, yes, but also for others, is something that should never be forgotten in this state. And I very seldom I get a chance to read a book, but I would advise anybody that's on about medicinal cannabis or anything else to read for Ava, the book that was compiled by her mother, and a mother's fight, and obviously the father too, Paul, to save their daughter's life. As I said, somebody said here that, they were on about smoking joints, and people come in here maybe opposing something like this, and they tell, oh, sure, we used to smoke a joint. Sometimes I find it difficult, because I never smoked a joint in my life. I never felt I needed to do that. I used to have great fun when we used to be hitting the streets on go with a few drinks, a few pints, and innocent fun. It seems to be now we're taking it each level, and we're accepting a new level and a new level, and heighten the levels. So, okay, we'll accept alcohol, we'll accept drugs, some certain drug use, we'll accept. Where are we going to stop? That's what I'd like to know. Where is this going to stop? And is this going to add extra pressure to an already over-pressurised system? I did have a gentleman that came into my clinic recently in Skibbereen, who was very stressed that he had been caught with growing his own drug for his own use. He was very strong about it, that I should air that view here in the Dáil, that at least he wasn't supplying it in the locality. But there's the laws of the lands are there, and there's much I can do when the laws are the way they are. But I certainly would advise people, to, as I said, to look at the Vera Twomey story. It's more interesting than any other part.